the second reading. Genesis chapter 26, verse number 6. We continue with Yitzchak Isaac settling. Be'eshev Yitzchak Geror, and Yitzchak Isaac, he settled in Geror. Nishalu Anshi Amokom, and they asked him, the men of the place, of the locale, li'ishtay, to his wife. Right, they were asking about his wife. And he said, she's my sister. Right? Again, right? Because he feared to say ishtihi, that she's my wife. Pen yaharguni, lest they will kill me. Anshi Amokum, the men of the place, of the locale. Al Rivka, concerning Rivka. Why? Ki toivas marahi, because she was Toivas had a good mare appearance. She had a good appearance. I'm giving you literal, right?
Beautiful.
Yes. Alishtai, concerning his wife, kamai imri liachesi, like we had by Avram. Verse number 8, by he, and it was, ki orchu loy shami hayamim, ki orchu, because it lengthened for him there the time, meaning after some time, after a long time, right? Yashkev Avimelech, and Yashkev, he looked out. Avimelech, Melech Plishtim, the king of the Plishtim, of the Philistines, Ba'ada Chaloin, he was looking out his window. V'yar, and he saw Yitzchak Mitzachek, and he saw Yitzchak Mitzachek, he was gladdening as Rivka Ishta, Rivka his wife, meaning that they had intimacy. Rashi, in verse number 8, Ki Archu, the time had lengthened. Omar, so Yitzchak said, Miata, from now, Ein Lidoik, I have nothing to worry. Because they did not take her forcibly, right? In other words, if they didn't till now take her away, right? So I don't have what to worry. Until now, so that he wasn't careful. To be cautious. The Yashkif Avimelech, and Avimelech looked out, gazed out at the window, and he saw Yitzchak Shamish Mitalsu, they're having relations with Rivka, right? Vayikra Avimelech, and he called Avimelech Yitzchak, and he said to him, however, but again, I'm giving literal translation, which translated into English, proper sentence, it's not. Okay, but that's Hine, behold, Ishtacha, she's your wife. How is it that you said that she's your sister? But Yomer loves, so he responded to him, Yitzchak, Ki amarti pen almost aleha. Ki amarti, because I said, meaning I thought to myself, right? Pen almost, perhaps, lest I die because of her. But Yomer Avimelech, and Avimelech responded, Mazis, what is this asisalana that you did to us? Kimat, almost, like and almost shachav echad asishtecha, that lie down, meaning having relations. Echad one of the people, one amongst the people, asishtecha, with your wife. And you would have brought guilt upon us. We would have been guilty for it. So Rashi, the interesting language, achad ha'am. There's a poet in Israel called achad ha'am. Right, one of the people, one of the nation, achad ha'am. So Rashi, when it's unusual, what do you mean one of the people? Why such an expression? So Rashi says miyuchad ba'am, meaning the unique and most one of the people. Who's that? Melech, the king, and he was speaking euphemistically about himself. I almost, maybe so they know and he would have brought guilt upon us. Im Shochav had lie down, kvar Based on the Yoshim, we already brought guilt upon us. Verse number 11, Vitzav Avimelech, and he commanded Avimelech, his kol to the entire nation, people, Lamor saying, Hanegeya ba'ish hazeh, someone who touches this man, Uveishta and his wife, Moisium Mos, they will be put to death. Visa Yitzchak be'eretzayi, and Yisra, and he sowed Yitzchak in that land, Vimsa b'shana, and he found in that year, in that year, Meya Shorim, 100-fold, Yivarchehu Hashem, and Hashem blessed him. Right, so he planted and he reaped 100-fold. Rashi in 12, in that land, even though it was not esteemed Keret Israel Atzma, like the land of Israel itself, Keret Shiva Goyim, the land of the 7 nations. This is around Gaza, by the way, if I recall correctly. It's around Gaza. Yeah, that's where they were. Interesting. Okay. Shana, he in that year, even though it's not the usual way, it was an abnormal year, because it was a year of famine. Shana, he in that year, in that year, in that land in that year, why do you need both of them? The land was harsh, and the year was harsh because of a famine, right? Nonetheless, he was very successful. 100-fold, for he was assessed the field to determine how much it was fit to produce. It produced for every unit estimated that it would produce it did 100 units. Rabbi Seinu Amru and our sages say that this assessment the Ma'aser was done for tithing. All right. Baruch Hashem, we're able to do that. It might be a bit late for Tanya because of the bris. Okay, we'll keep you posted.